What's going on, everybody? Mr. Mugen here today, and this is the Mugen Market Watch with our NBA Top Shot 101 series. And in today's video, we are just going to be talking about why the market is down and why we are experiencing what we are experiencing. A lot of things have happened over this past weekend, so I do want to talk about that a little bit, and I do want to talk about why we should all be paying attention to NFTs, even though we're just specifically concentrating even if you're just bullish on NBA Top Shot, it's also good to know what's going on within NFTs because at the end of the day, NBA Top Shot is an NFT. So that's what we have to take that into consideration. Without further ado, let's hop into this video. And basically, what I want to talk about in this video is why is the market down, uh, and what could be causing these, what can be causing the market to go down. For one, before I go into any specific numbers or anything like that, what I do want to talk about is trust and Dapper. From my Discord and from Twitter, a lot of people have lost trust in Dapper. Why? Because of the whole on the moment, because Dapper just kept messing up over and over and over. But some of it is not their own fault. Except for example, the on the moment thing, they trusted the wrong person or the wrong group. And I don't want to bash on them for trusting them because, you're trying to collaborate, you're trying to make moves happen. And it's unfortunate that that did happen, but it is what it is. Dapper did own up to it, and a part of it is owning up to it. And they've apologized, and even On the Moment has apologized on several occasions. So I think that that's respectful. Another reason why the market has been down and why people have lost trust in Dapper was the down of admission rewards. I guess it was distributed very weirdly. I didn't do the actual challenge myself, but the way that it was distributed seemed kind of shady, I guess. I mean, not to really say that it was, but I guess um, the numbers were given out wrong. But people lost a lot of trust in Dapper with that. But at the same time, though, they stepped it up. They knew that they screwed up. They rewarded the people that did the challenge. They gave them Dapper credit and a pack, I believe. So they are, they're owning up to their mistakes, and that's what you really want to look into when you're looking into investing into a product or a company. These are things that you have to take into. Yes, they're not looking like they're not looking like how they were a couple months ago, but mistakes do happen, and Dapper, they do try to really make up for those mistakes. And not that we should accept the mistakes, but like sometimes when when you're trying to build a company, there are going to be bumps in the road, and we have to consider that, and we have to also be respectful to how they're trying to fix those problems. And another issue that I think where people are kind of upset and what's been causing the market to go down a little bit, because the market did go down over the last couple of days, and I want to give you some data as well too. But bottlenecks, I've seen people complaining about bottlenecks, and yes, bottlenecks are bad, and it is causing people to get stuck holding the bag. But at the same time, it is data that Dapper is getting as well too, and they're trying to not create these bottlenecks, but sometimes these bottlenecks can't be helped. It is sometimes it is natural when you have an economy and a marketplace, and but there's a reason why that they keep creating these challenges, and the challenges are what is creating the bottlenecks from what I've been hearing. And a reason why they want to keep creating these challenges because they want to keep Top Shot relevant. There are hardcore collectors that are out there or within the marketplace that actually do participate in these challenges, and it keeps them in the market. They're the true collectors or people that are coming into the market. It gives them the opportunity to learn and also participate in these challenges as well too. And you have to understand, as someone that's collecting or investing in NBA Top Shot, is that you don't have to participate in these challenges. Just collect the way that you want to collect, invest the way that you want to invest, and not have and don't worry about what else everybody else is doing. And one thing I also want to note is that we are in a very bear market. The floor has even gone down even lower. So very similar to what happened to Ethereum and over the weekend, when the market is low, these are times when you really have to consider to make decisions. is not financial advice, but the man himself, Warren Buffett, said, when people are fearful, be greedy. And when people are greedy, be fearful. And I've talked to some of my buddies about this a lot. I tell them, like, hey, this is the time to make moves, but they don't make moves. They come to me 2, 3 weeks, 2, 3 months later, like, yo, what should I grab? What should I do? And by that time, when everybody else is trying to do the same thing, like very similar in Top Shot, and also the shout out to Top Shot as well too, because they actually incorporated the, in case, if someone is buying or in the process of purchasing a moment, now they have a notification like, hey, someone is in the process of purchasing this moment. um, you might want to reconsider trying to make this purchase. So Dapper has also incorporated that too, which is also they're testing that. So they're data driven. They're also really trying to make things work for us. But yeah, don't be that person that down the road, like 2, 3 months from now. And yes, I'm still bullish on NBA Top Shot, no lie. And you might think that I'm trying to shill the project, or whatever, but you have to think about it. Products and anything within the crypto blockchain space are going to have bear markets and bull markets, because it's a very volatile, digital assets are very volatile. Okay, if you didn't know, check Bitcoin from like 6 months ago, check Ethereum from a year ago when it was under 1,000, and now it's comfortably sitting at 2,000 or 2,500. So very volatile market. That's why we're here for you. All right, to make sure that you're on top of it, and especially if you're investing time and money into this. And so yeah, that's why we're here. So with that said though, now I'm going to go break down some numbers of why the NBA Top Shot market has been going down as well too. Other reasons is that as far as I know, I've been on Twitter quite a lot. I've been very I've been into like a lot of Discord. I've been very active in Discord as well too, and as well as Twitter, because this is where you should be. These are the social media platforms that you should be on if you're serious about collecting and investing into NFTs or even NBA Top Shot. I've said that 1,000 times, millions of times in my videos. It's important because that is where all the information is going to go. That is where the communities lie, or where they hang out. And there's also other platforms, but these are the ones that I hang out on. And I also want to let everybody know that down below, I have my Twitter, my Discord also down there, and all the resources that you can use to help you invest when you're in, your NFT or just NBA Top Shot journey. So yeah, so that's why it's important. And other resources like CryptoSlam.io, Rarity Tools here that I am going to go talk about in just a second here. And we can actually close out this Top Shot here, because I already talked about that. So why is all this important? Why should you be on Twitter, and why should you be on Discord? Because um, that's where all the good information is at. You're going to get the information first, especially on Twitter, because Twitter is like more like a no BS. If you want information and news, it's going to be on there. If you're following certain projects, it's going to go on there first. So there's no clutter. Just make sure you're following the right people, and not just that, but if you don't want to be on Twitter, like I've talked about in other videos where where people don't want to be relevant as themselves, or they try to stay off social media. Just create a fake account that you can use to just follow it. People have been doing it with the NFTs, the Bored Ape Yacht Club. That was pretty prevalent. They were they were having fun with it. I'm not saying create a fake account and be toxic, but I'm saying create an account, and you can use different avatars that are within NFTs. That's what these Bored Ape Yacht Clubs is super popular. They're creating profiles for their apes, and using that as a segue, let's look into what's been going on in within NFTs. And this is why it's important that we should be paying attention to not just NBA Top Shot, but some top NFTs, so that why we know that this is happening. Because as we're talking about segues, I've been seeing on Twitter that people that were initially introduced into NFTs through NBA Top Shot, they're slowly learning more about it, very similar to what I'm doing. and they're going into other projects. They're learning about other projects because not just in NBA Top Shot, but there's money to be made within the NFT market, and CryptoSlam.io here, Rarity Tools, and another one is OpenSea.io that has data that you can actually use to just to verify that, right? So just within the last 24 hours, which would have been a Sunday, today is Monday, Axie Affinity has been blowing up. But not just that, but if you can see here, I mean, NBA Top Shot is still second, but the market has gone down, as you can see here. But what's been going on is that Bored Ape Kennel Club, which was just introduced, I think, Thursday of last week, have made a big climb. And that's why it's important for us to pay attention to the NFT communities, is because people are putting their money that they could be putting into the NBA Top Shop marketplace into the Bored Apes Kennel Club. How do I know that? Because I've been buying Top Shot stuff because I know that the market is down. We're hitting even a lower floor, so which is fine because be greedy when others are fearful, right? Crypto punks are still doing very, very well. Bored Ape Yacht Club, like I was talking about, they've been taking over the NFT space by storm over the last month or two since they've come out. If we even look at V Friends, which is created by Gary V, an influencer, entrepreneur, marketer, he has a great following, and a lot of his followers, have been not just buying, but also supporting his NFT projects. So that's really cool there. Wicked Craniums is something that's been growing the last couple weeks or so. I did try to make a couple purchases. I'm not sure if I got scammed on it, and it's not because of the Wicked Cranium. So it's something on a different platform that I was purchasing. If you want videos about that, definitely let me know. But yeah, so these are other projects that have been doing really well, and as you can see, Top Shot has been going down because people are investing, taking money from Top Shot, or they're taking profits within Top Shot, and and investing into other projects. Like, for example, the Alien Boy here has been popping the last couple weeks or so from what I've been tracking. My effing pickle here, which is a kind of like a meme NFT, but they were doing quite well. But they had a reveal just a couple of days ago. The reveal was okay, but let's see what they're going to go with that project. And all this information is important because although these are smaller companies, or just individuals that are making these NFTs, it's very, very similar to what Dapper is doing with NBA Top Shot. You have to know what they're trying to do. You have to learn about what the people that are behind it, who's invested into it. Like, for example, Dapper has been backed up by Michael Jordan, Kevin Durant, and very importantly, the NBA still has their back. Mark Cuban still has their back. They've talked about different type of marketing tactics. Yes, the market is down right now, but you have to always think about it in the long term. 3 to 6 months from now is even not long enough, but let's wait until next season starts. I know that they're going to have to run it back after the playoffs and all that stuff is done, or even during and that's because they're trying to keep NBA Top Shot relevant. So they create these things, utility for the coin, for the NFT in itself. And that's important because that's what a lot of these smaller NFT companies or NFTs are doing, projects are doing. For example, Bored Ape Kennel Club, right? The Bored Ape Yacht Club, the utility of it. So one utility of it is that they were creating an exclusive membership, and if to get into that membership, you have to own an ape, right? And what are the perks of owning these apes? Well, the art is really good for one, and then not just that, but if you own the ape, you were giving exclusive content that you were able to access, and one of those exclusive content was actually getting a Bored Ape kennel or Bored Ape dog, or what they call doggos. And what ended up happening was that when the apes were going up in price, and when they released the doggos got. This is why the kennel club is 3 and the yacht club is at 5, because the doggos, because they were more rare and they looked really, really cool. The aesthetics are really good. They in the floor price of them actually went up higher than the yacht club, the apes. So that's something to consider. And I think that from what I've been hearing from the Top Shot office hours, that the this is why I try to encourage people to look into the cool cat the cool cat master set, the master set, and is because Top Shot is taking something, that idea of exclusivity, with the set, and they're giving us the Cool Cat 9 Lives Lounge. So why are they giving us that? Because there's some exclusivity to it, and they're giving us a reward for being dedicated and spending that money and spending that time collecting the Cool Cats. Like for me, it took 6 months for me to actually do it because they introduced it right when I started in January, and they concluded it in June, just this month. And so I was fortunate and I was happy enough to complete it because it gave me access to the hollow icon set that I just was able to get, because my collector score wasn't up there, but the Cool Cat perks gave me that. And that's something that we have to really consider and look into, because a lot of these other NFT projects, they're doing something in that sort of way. And why are they doing that? Because when it's like a copycat, like people are, and which is totally fine, because you take something that is working and then you try to incorporate that into your own model. But so that's something to look into and think about. Another reason why um, we are looking to other NFTs is because of that. And another reason, and I want to talk more about Top Shot, is uh, because not because it's just a segue for other people, but it was to create a TopShot account was a lot easier than to actually go in on OpenSea and buy, connect your MetaMask and connect your Coinbase and do all of that. Like, it's just too much work for your normal average person. But within NBA TopShot, all you had to do was plug in an email, create a user account, plug in your credit card information, and boom, you can purchase Dapper, you can purchase some of it right then and there. So it was easy access for people to come into the market. And not just that, but just hearing that it was backed up by the NBA gave it street cred, gave it, it's a big brand like that to be able to back him up. Okay. So let's see what else. So now that I've talked about that, I also want to talk about tools that we can use, especially if you're interested into like continue your NFT journey, because we have to know and understand that there are going to be bottlenecks on projects, there are going to be shilling, there's going to be all sorts of things. And the only way that we can actually protect ourselves and make sure that we're making the right moves is to minimize risk and manage risk so that you're not getting screwed over. So like cryptoslam.io here, this is a good website that you can use. And I always bring up these websites because these are great tools for us, okay? And then not just that, but rarity.tools. It tells you about other projects. You can look into other projects. See, it tells you about the volume, owners, and all these numbers are very important. And that's why and that's why it's important to note. That's why Dapper is a very data-driven company. A lot of tech companies now are more data-driven than ever, because now we have the computing power to actually be able to, you know, compute that data, right? And turn that into valuable information. Um, with not really joking around there, but then yeah, but there is definitely hope for NBA Top Shot. But before I mention that, I did do a tutorial on setting up your MetaMask, setting up OpenSea.io and Coinbase, so you can buy crypto if you want to continue within NFTs. But that's why I've been doing a lot more videos on NFTs too, because it's just important for us to kind of learn the whole marketplace as a whole and not just NBA Top Shot, so that we know which markets are fluctuating up and which ones are going down. There are people that are, buying, flipping moments elsewhere and then reinvesting it into down markets. And that's in generally not a bad strategy, not gonna lie. But yeah, so there is definitely hope, like I was saying, within Dapper, always pay attention to the office hours. The office hours, these guys are very genuine. These women are very genuine and are in love with this project. If you didn't know, like if you work for Dapper, you're not even allowed to trade or buy moments. Think about that. You're not even allowed to be, to partake within the NBA Top Shot marketplace. So that's something that I would not want to do if like Dapper was to ever offer me a job, because that's just how much I am in love with this project, and that's how much I am still bullish on this project. But yeah, other than that, that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. This has been the Media Market Watch with our NBA Top Shot 101 series. I will check you guys in the next one, or check me on the next one. And also do note, NFTs are like cryptocurrencies, and they're very volatile digital assets. So always invest with care and always do your research. And also like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification button. I will check you out in the next one. Peace.